Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Atomic Habits by James Clear. This video gives you a clear summary in simple B1 level English, perfect for intermediate learners. You'll learn how small habits can transform your life while practicing your English. Let's jump in. James Clear begins with his story to show the power of small habits. In high school, a baseball bat hit his face, causing a broken nose, cracked skull, and eye damage. He was in a coma and had seizures. Recovery was tough. He couldn't smell, had double vision, and couldn't drive for months. He felt sad but kept trying. In college, small habits like sleeping early, staying organized, and studying well changed everything. He got good grades, built muscle, and became a top athlete. These small wins, not overnight success, led to big results. Habits, he says, are like compound interest. They grow over time. He started writing about habits in 2012, and now he teaches others. This book is a science-based guide to building life-changing habits. Fundamentals. Why tiny changes make a big difference. Chapter 1. The Surprising Power of Atomic Habits. James illustrates the power of small changes with the story of British cycling. In 2003, Dave Brailsford became their coach. For nearly a century, the team was mediocre, winning almost no medals and never the Tour de France. Brailsford introduced the concept of marginal gains, aiming to improve every aspect of performance by just 1%. They optimized bike seats for comfort, used lighter tires, wore aerodynamic suits, tested massage gels for recovery, and even painted their truck white to spot dust that could affect bike maintenance. They analyzed sleep patterns, nutrition, and training schedules with precision. These tiny tweaks seemed insignificant alone, but together they transformed the team. By the 2008 Beijing Olympics, British cycling won 60% of the gold medals in track events. In 2012, they set world records, and Bradley Wiggins became the first British cyclist to win the Tour de France. Chris Froome followed, winning multiple tours. Between 2007 and 2017, they secured 178 world championships, 66 Olympic medals, and 5 Tour de France titles, becoming the most dominant cycling team ever. Why do small habits work? Improving 1% daily compounds exponentially. Mathematically, you'd be 37 times better in a year. For example, if you save $10 a week, it's small, but in 10 years, with interest, it grows significantly. Conversely, declining 1% daily leads to near zero results. Habits are like compound interest for self-improvement. People often overlook small changes, craving instant results. Going to the gym 3 times doesn't show abs, so many quit. Bad habits follow the same logic. One soda seems harmless, but daily sodas lead to weight gain over years. A plane off course by 3.5 degrees from Los Angeles to New York lands in Washington, D.C., not New York. Your habits are your trajectory. Your outcomes reflect your habits. Wealth reflects financial habits. Fitness reflects exercise and eating habits. Knowledge reflects learning habits. Time amplifies their impact. Small choices, like reading 1 page daily, build expertise over years, while daily stress accumulates into health issues. Progress feels invisible at first, like heating ice from -4 degrees Celsius to -1 degree Celsius. No melting yet. At 0 degrees Celsius, it melts. This is the plateau of latent potential. Many give up in the valley of disappointment before results show. James compares it to a stonecutter hitting a rock 100 times with no crack. The 101st hit breaks it, but all prior hits mattered. Earthquakes work similarly. Tectonic plates build pressure for years before a sudden release. To succeed, focus on systems, not goals. Goals are desired outcomes, e.g., win a championship. Systems are processes, e.g., training routines. Goals have flaws. Winners and losers share the same goals. All Olympians aim for gold. Goals are temporary. A clean room gets messy without a system. And goals delay happiness. I'll be happy when I lose 10 kilograms. Systems let you enjoy the process and sustain progress. For example, a runner may stop training after a marathon goal, but a system of daily runs keeps them fit. Atomic habits are small, foundational changes in your system, like atoms in a molecule. They're easy to do, but their impact compounds over time, leading to remarkable results. Chapter 2: How your habits shape your identity and vice versa. Changing habits is hard because we focus on outcomes, e.g., losing weight, instead of identity, e.g., being healthy. James outlines 3 layers of behavior change: outcomes, results; processes, habit systems; and identity, beliefs about yourself. Starting with identity is most effective because habits stick when they align with who you are. For example, 2 people offered a cigarette respond differently. One says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit," still identifying as a smoker. The other says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker," embracing a new identity. The second is more likely to stick with the habit because their self-image supports it. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes your habits in a feedback loop. If you believe I'm bad at math, you avoid math, reinforcing the belief. But if you study daily, you build evidence of being studious, strengthening that identity. The word identity comes from Latin, meaning repeated beingness. Each action is a vote for the person you want to be. Reading 1 page votes for being a reader. Running a mile votes for being a runner. To change, decide who you want to be. Healthy, productive, creative, and prove it with small wins. A friend of James lost 50 kilograms by asking, "What would a healthy person do?" Before every decision, like choosing salad over fries, small actions accumulate, reinforcing the new identity. Pride in an identity sustains habits. If you're proud of being fit, you'll exercise. Cultural or past beliefs can block change, like thinking I'm not athletic. Reframe it. I'm someone who prioritizes health. Start with outcomes, e.g., write a book. Then ask, who is the person who achieves this? A writer. Prove it with small habits like writing 1 sentence daily. This loop, habits building identity, identity driving habits, creates lasting change. Habits matter not just for results, but for becoming the person you want to be. Chapter 3: How to build better habits in 4 simple steps. James explains habits through a psychological framework, drawing on Edward Thorndike's 1898 experiments with cats in puzzle boxes. Cats escaped by pulling a lever for food. Initially, they took minutes, trying randomly. After repetition, they acted faster. Habits formed. Behaviors with rewards repeat, those without fade. Habits are mental shortcuts. The brain learns by trial and error, analyzing cues and rewards. Once a behavior works, e.g., lever equals food, it automates to save energy. This frees your mind for complex tasks, like planning or creating. Without habits, you'd be overwhelmed deciding every action, from brushing teeth to driving. The habit loop has 4 steps: cue, craving, response, reward. The cue triggers the brain, signaling a reward, e.g., seeing a cookie. The craving is the desire for a change in state, hunger, or comfort. The response is the habit, eating the cookie. The reward satisfies the craving, tastes good, and teaches the brain, cookie styings, pleasure. If any step is missing, cue unclear, craving weak, response too hard, reward unsatisfying, the habit doesn't form. Cues vary by person. A casino's lights spark craving in a gambler, but not a non-gambler. Cravings aren't for the habit, but the feeling it brings. Smoking relieves stress, not just nicotine. The brain constantly scans for cues, predicts rewards, and automates responses. James's 4 laws of habit change make it obvious, attractive, easy, satisfying. Target these steps to build good habits or break bad ones. For example, to read more, place a book on your pillow. Cue. Imagine enjoying a story, craving. Read 1 page, response, and feel accomplished, reward. To stop smoking, hide cigarettes, no cue. Reframe smoking as harmful, no craving. Make it hard to access, no response. Or feel bad after smoking, no reward. Understanding this loop empowers you to design habits intentionally. First law, make it obvious. Chapter 4. The Man Who Didn't Look Right. Habits are so automatic, we barely notice them. James shares a story of a family noticing their grandfather acting oddly. He ignored people on one side due to a stroke affecting his brain's attention. Like him, we miss cues for habits unless we make them obvious. Awareness is the first step. Many habits run on autopilot, like grabbing a snack when stressed. To build good habits, make their cues stand out. Japanese TV factories aligned machine parts toward workers, saving time and boosting efficiency. Similarly, design your environment to highlight good cues, e.g., place running shoes by the door, and hide bad ones, e.g., keep junk food out of sight. Small environmental tweaks make habits easier to start. Chapter 5. The Best Way to Start a New Habit. In 2001, British researchers studied 248 people building exercise or reading habits. One group got motivation tips, another made specific plans, and a third had no guidance. The planning group used implementation intentions. I will behavior at time in place. For example, I will jog at 7 a.m. in the park. Results: 91% of planners exercised weekly compared to 35 to 38% in other groups. Plans reduce decision fatigue by pre-deciding actions. Another strategy, habit stacking, links a new habit to an existing one. After current habit, I will new habit. For example, after brushing my teeth, I'll write 1 sentence. This leverages existing routines. The Diderot effect, where one purchase, like a yoga mat, leads to more yoga classes, can be used positively to build habit chains. Specificity is key. Vague plans like exercise more fail. Run 10 minutes after breakfast works. Chapter 6. Motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. Motivation is unreliable. Environment drives behavior. Visual cues trigger habits. To eat healthier, place fruit on the counter, not in the fridge. To watch less TV, unplug it or hide the remote. One study showed nurses reused hand sanitizer more when dispensers were visible. Context matters. Use 1 space for 1 habit, e.g., bed for sleep, desk for work, to strengthen cues. New environments make new habits easier because old cues are gone. Moving to a new house? Start a gym routine before old patterns return. Small tweaks, like keeping a water bottle on your desk, make hydration automatic. Environment design trumps willpower every time. Chapter 7. The secret to self-control. Self-control isn't about willpower. It's about removing bad cues. During the Vietnam War, 15% of U.S. soldiers used heroin, but 90% quit upon returning home. Why? The environment changed. No drug cues. At home, triggers like stress or friends were absent, breaking the habit loop. To quit bad habits, make cues invisible. Remove junk food from your kitchen. Delete social media apps for focus. To build good habits, make cues obvious. Set out gym clothes the night before. Discipline comes from controlling your environment, not fighting urges. Second law, make it attractive. Chapter 8. How to make a habit irresistible. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, drives habits through anticipation, not just reward. In the 1940s, Dutch scientist Nico Tinbergen found animals worked harder for anticipated rewards. Humans are similar. Dopamine spikes before a habit, e.g., seeing a dessert menu, make it irresistible. Temptation bundling pairs a need with a want. Ronan Byrne watched Netflix only while cycling, making exercise fun. Formula, after need, I will want. Example, after studying, I'll check social media. Premack's principle says likely behaviors, watching TV, pull unlikely ones, exercising. Reframe habits to highlight benefits. Running gives me energy, beats running is tiring. Make habits attractive to boost motivation. Chapter 9. The role of family and friends in shaping your habits. Humans mimic others to survive. We copy three groups: the close, friends, family; the many, society; and the powerful, successful people. If friends exercise, you're likelier to. If a tribe smokes, it feels normal. We emulate high-status people to gain approval. Join groups where your desired habits are standard. Like a running club for fitness. If surrounded by negative influences, like lazy coworkers, distance yourself if possible. Your social circle shapes your habits more than you realize. Chapter 10. How to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. Cravings stem from emotional needs, stress relief, connection, achievement. Smoking might ease anxiety. Scrolling social media seeks approval. To break bad habits, make them unattractive. Reframe smoking as poisoning my lungs instead of relaxing. For good habits, emphasize upsides. Meditation calms me, not takes time. Create rituals. Listen to a favorite song before writing to make habits appealing. Reframing shifts your mindset, weakening bad cravings and strengthening good ones. Third law, make it easy. Chapter 11. Walk slowly but never backward. Action beats planning. Motion, researching gyms, feels productive but isn't progress. Action, exercising is. Start with repetition, not perfection. A study showed frequent practice, not intensity, forms habits. Doing one push-up daily builds a habit faster than one intense workout weekly. Repetition wires the brain, making habits automatic over time. Chapter 12. The law of least effort. Humans naturally conserve energy. Make good habits easy by reducing steps. Prep gym clothes the night before. Keep a journal nearby. To stop bad habits, add friction. Store sweets in a locked box. Unplug the gaming console. Prime your environment. Chop vegetables in advance for cooking. A study found people ate less junk food when it was farther away. Small barriers deter bad habits. Small conveniences enable good ones. Chapter 13. How to stop procrastinating by using the 2-minute rule. Big habits intimidate, so start tiny. The 2-minute rule scales habits down. Run daily becomes put on running shoes. Read a book becomes read one page. These gateway habits spark momentum. A study showed starting small, e.g., walking 5 minutes, led to longer exercise routines. Decisive moments, like choosing stairs over the elevator, shape your day. Optimize these choices for long-term impact. Chapter 14. How to make good habits, inevitable and bad habits impossible. Commitment devices lock in future behavior. Ulysses tied himself to the mast to resist sirens. Similarly, schedule workouts with a friend to commit. Automation helps. Set up auto savings for money or app blockers for focus. One-time choices, like buying a water filter, create lasting habits. Make bad habits impossible. Cancel cable to stop binge watching. Technology and planning make good habits inevitable. Fourth law, make it satisfying. Chapter 15, the cardinal rule of behavior. 6. Change. The brain repeats satisfying behaviors. Modern life delays rewards, e.g., saving for retirement, but we crave instant gratification. The cardinal rule, what's immediately rewarding repeats, what's painful doesn't. Add instant rewards to good habits. Treat yourself to tea after writing. Add costs to bad habits. Donate to a cause you dislike if you skip the gym. A study showed immediate rewards, like small cash incentives, boosted exercise adherence. Chapter 16. How to stick with good habits. Every day. Habit tracking feels rewarding. Mark a calendar for each day you exercise. Visual progress motivates. Jerry Seinfeld used this "don't break the chain" method for writing daily. A study found tracking increased habit consistency by 40%. If you miss a day, never miss twice. One slip isn't a habit, but 2 starts a pattern. Track what matters, not everything, to stay focused. Chapter 17. How an accountability partner can change everything. We care about others' opinions. An accountability partner adds consequences. A friend checks if you studied, or you pay $10 for missing a workout. James shares a story of a woman who agreed with her coach to shred $100 if she skipped training. She never did. Habit contracts formalize this. Write rules and penalties. For example, if I skip yoga, I owe my friend coffee. Social pressure keeps you on track. Advanced tactics. How to go from being merely good to being truly great. Chapter 18, the truth about talent, when genes matter and when they don't. Talent helps, but habits matter more. Genes give advantages in specific areas, height for basketball, speed for sprinting, but don't limit potential. Michael Phelps's long arms helped swimming, but his 10,000-hour training built his success. Choose habits matching your strengths. If you're analytical, try coding. Explore many activities early, then focus on what suits you. Personality affects habits. Extroverts thrive in social settings. Introverts in solo tasks. A study showed habit alignment with personality increased success rates by 25%. Chapter 19, the Goldilocks Rule, how to stay motivated in life and work. Motivation peaks when tasks are just right, not too easy or hard. The Goldilocks Rule keeps you in a flow state, fully absorbed. A task 4% beyond your current ability is ideal, per research on Optimal Challenge. If bored, add variety. Try new workout routines. If overwhelmed, simplify. James cites a writer who varied topics to stay engaged, boosting output by 30%. Keep tasks challenging, but doable to sustain habits. Chapter 20. The downside of creating good habits. Habits automate behavior, but autopilot can cause errors. A tennis player with a habitual serve might miss technique flaws. Mastery requires practice plus reflection. Review habits weekly, what worked, what didn't. A study found athletes who reflected improved 15% faster. When motivation fades, identity sustains you. I'm a runner keeps you going. James shares how he revisited his writing habits yearly, tweaking for better results. Applying the 4 laws in daily life. The 4 laws make it obvious, attractive, easy, satisfying, can transform any area: health, productivity, relationships. For health, place running shoes by your door, obvious. Listen to music while exercising, attractive. Start with a 2-minute walk, easy. And reward yourself with the smoothie, satisfying. A 2019 study in health psychology found this approach increased gym attendance by 50% over 6 months. For productivity, keep a notepad on your desk, obvious. Imagine finishing a project, attractive. Write 1 sentence, easy, and check it off a list, satisfying. James shares a story of a student who wrote a 50,000-word novel by starting with 100 words daily. For relationships, leave a note for your partner, obvious. Focus on their joy, attractive. Send a quick text, easy. And enjoy their response, satisfying. These small actions build stronger bonds, as shown in a 2020 study, where daily kind acts boosted relationship satisfaction by 20%. Breaking bad habits with inversion. To break bad habits, invert the laws. Make them invisible, unattractive, hard, unsatisfying. To stop eating junk food, keep it out of the house, invisible. Think of health risks, unattractive. Store it in hard-to-reach places, hard. And pair it with guilt, unsatisfying. A 2018 study found reducing snack visibility cut consumption by 30%. For social media overuse, delete apps, invisible. Focus on wasted time, unattractive. Use app blockers, hard. And reflect on lost productivity, unsatisfying. James cites a case where a man cut screen time by 2 hours daily using this method. The science behind habits. James grounds his advice in neuroscience and psychology. The brain's basal ganglia, responsible for habit formation, prioritizes efficiency. A 2015 study in Nature Neuroscience showed habits form after 20 to 66 repetitions, depending on complexity. Dopamine not only rewards but predicts rewards, as seen in rat studies where anticipation drove behavior. This explains why cues, like a phone notification, trigger cravings instantly. Understanding this helps you manipulate cues and rewards strategically. Real-life success stories. James shares reader stories to illustrate impact. A woman saved $10,000 in a year by automating 50 weekly transfers. Easy, satisfying. A man ran a marathon after starting with 1-minute runs, using habit stacking. After coffee run. A student improved grades by studying 10 minutes daily, reframing it as becoming smarter, attractive. These stories show habits work across goals, with small steps leading to big outcomes. Long-term habit maintenance. Sustaining habits requires adapting to life changes. James suggests annual reviews, list habits, keep what works, tweak what doesn't. A 2021 study found habit reviews increased adherence by 35%. If a habit feels stale, add variety. Change running routes, or study topics. If life disrupts, e.g., new job, reset cues quickly. James shares how he restarted writing after a move by setting a notebook on his desk daily. Cultural and psychological barriers. Cultural norms can block habits. If your family values late-night socializing, early sleep is tough. Reframe it as self-care, not selfishness. Psychological barriers, like "I'm not disciplined," can be overcome by starting tiny, e.g., 1 push-up. A 2017 study showed micro-habits reduce self-doubt by 28%. James emphasizes that anyone can build habits with the right system, regardless of background. Combining laws for maximum effect. The laws work best together. To build a meditation habit, place a cushion in your living room, obvious. Imagine calmness, attractive. Meditate for 2 minutes, easy. And journal the peace you feel, satisfying. To quit smoking, hide cigarettes, invisible. List health risks, unattractive. Lock them away, hard. And track smoke-free days, satisfying. A 2020 study found combining all 4 laws tripled habit success rates compared to using one. Scaling up over time. Once habits stick, scale them. 2-minute reading becomes 10 minutes, then an hour. James cites a runner who started with 5-minute jogs and ran an ultramarathon 2 years later. Gradual increases prevent burnout. A 2019 study showed incremental habit scaling led to 80% retention after a year, versus 20% for aggressive goals. Track progress to stay motivated, like logging miles run or pages read. Habits in a digital world. Technology can help or hurt. Apps like Habitica gamify tracking, making habits satisfying. But notifications trigger bad habits like mindless scrolling. James suggests a digital detox day weekly to reset focus. A 2022 study found reducing phone use by 1 hour daily improved productivity by 25%. Use tech wisely. Set reminders for good habits. Block distractions for bad ones. Conclusion. Atomic Habits shows that small changes compound into life-changing results. Focus on systems, not goals, and build an identity as the person you want to be. Use the 4 laws. Make good habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. Invert them to break bad habits. Whether for health, work, or relationships, these principles work. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Over time, your habits shape your future. Thanks for watching till the end. I appreciate you all. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more summaries. Comment below. What books should I summarize next? See you in the next video. Keep building those habits.